Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. So we're currently in the Cobra, as you guys can go ahead and see. We just topped it off at the gas station. Right now in California, gas is pretty expensive. The local gas isn't as good as Shell, but I didn't even have enough to make it. The closest one's like 15 minutes away. So it is what it is. But if I was filling up on Shell, it would actually cost around $60 to fill it up. And keeping in mind, this is about a 17-year-old vehicle now. This one personally, mine is a 2004. If you had an 03, obviously, then it would be a little bit older, depending on when they actually made yours. But again, this is a 2004, made in 2004. So this is a 17-year-old vehicle. And currently on mine, I have 43,000 miles on mine. And another thing I need to mention right off the back is this is my opinion. You may have your own opinion. You guys might own your own Cobras or your own E85 Mustangs that you guys love and daily and whatnot. But again, this is just my opinion. So this is technically my primary car that I use. I have my Shelby, but that one's honestly been a lot more dedicated to racing recently. So if you haven't checked out any of those videos, definitely go ahead and check them out. And while I'm showing the interior right now, these cars, you do not get them for the interior because it is the same interior as the V6s, GTs. They're all the same stuff anyways. So typically you get these cars for the performance aspect of it. I was about to do a pull, but it looks like there's a sheriff on the left of me right here. Nah, it's Range Rover. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and do a pull for you guys, just because I know you guys like to see it. And I do have a video that's pretty much dedicated to the first wide open throttles, which has a little bit more pulls into that, if that's what you guys are wanting to see. So go ahead and check that one out. So this one has a 2.2 Kenne belt on it, and it has some good tires on it, so that's why I actually hooked pretty well. As far as suspension goes, honestly, it doesn't have much, and it is lowered on H&R springs, but it does have the stock suspension other than those. It still doesn't have the IRS, so everything's really good on that part. In all honesty, I'm very surprised. I will say so myself, but these cars were really built to last. The crazy thing is, the price on these actually hold very well still in 2021. It is insane, but you can still find these for decent miles, like 40,000 miles, which mine has. You can still find them up in the 30s, which is absolutely insane if you think about it. But they are definitely becoming more rare every single day because people who buy them typically wreck them or blow them up pretty much because they want to throw all the boost at it. So finding them is becoming even harder, and the prices are becoming even higher than what they already are. But if you do look, money talks. So honestly, cash is the best option when trying to buy these cars. But I am gonna go ahead and flat out actually just say it straight up. I would not recommend dailing a car like this in today's world. In all honesty, say that it is a definitely really fun weekend car. Again, this is my opinion. I am actually looking for another car to daily, but I do love this car. I do not want to get rid of this car. Obviously, you guys hear that whine. Hearing that whine makes me smile every single time, and I'm sure it will make you guys smile every single time as well. And like I said in the walk around video, it's very hard to find a Cobra that is not going to be a project. It is what it is. You know, they're 17-year-old cars, so things get weared out. And even if you find, for example, even if you find one with like 5,000 miles on it, you're going to pay crazy prices, first of all, for it. Second of all, you're going to have some serious issues because the fact that it only has 5,000 miles on it means it was sitting. Means a lot of the bushings are going to be screwed up and you're going to have to replace them regardless. So then you find ones that are like 40,000 miles like mine, which were beat on. In all honesty, this car was beat on before I bought it. Right off the back, when I got this car, I had to change out the valve cover gaskets. See, I replaced the fuel system. I put new spark plugs, colder spark plugs, re-gap them, which isn't a lot of things, but when you're buying a car that's at that market value, like I bought mine for about 25, when you're buying cars at that expense, it really kind of sucks when you have to do all those different things to basically get it to run right in the first place. Now, as you guys are seeing, I'm able to freaking send this car because I did everything I needed to do prior. But that is something you definitely have to think about. You can find something that will take care of, that people actually drove them, they tastefully modded them, so it didn't do anything to abuse it so much to say, but to actually make things that last longer. It is simple. If you can afford it, this car is fun, really fun to drive, in all honesty. But if you're stretching yourself so thin that you have to daily this car because it is the only car that you can afford because of the price range, then I will say no. Stay away from it. It is not worth it because you are going to be suffering and it's going to be down. I mean, I've had issues here and there with vacuum lines blowing off, and idlers like to go out on this. So you can't even really drive these cars, or you can't even do pulls with these cars with the AC on because you'll blow the alternator more than likely. Stuff like that, like basic stuff like that, you don't really think about. Again, for the price, you can buy some very nice 5.0s. You can get into even some 18s that are used now, in all honesty, which is insane to think about. But again, if you're looking for a Cobra because you've always wanted one and you think you don't know if it's worth it for the money, it depends on how you look at it. But I gotta say, to me personally, it is. Again, I have a 2011 Shelby GT500 with the VP Gen 3R on it, and I love that car as well. But I will tell you, the driving experience from this car to that car is crazy insane. But that is also true that the 2011 GT500 is insane when I was driving, you know, new S550 models. Each driving experience is very different, but with the newer cars, everything's pretty similar nowadays. That this just feels like a complete different raw. You hear everything a lot more, you feel everything a lot more.